and now it's just boring. 5 Binaca Sprays is live. Like, who cares, man? Nobody cares that I'm live. So Kitty K was saying, Caboose is a nice guy. I've spoke with him in real life. I like him. He's an interesting guy. He's like on the opposite political spectrum of me, right? She's writing me. I just noticed you called. Listen, Kevin, I love Kevin, and he wants me to stream, and like, what am I gonna say, dude? He's like I think maybe I'm 100 IQ. Kevin's like 150. Like, he's a big brain, and like, if a big brain tells me to stream, I gotta stream. And my buddy's like, oh, he goes, what happened to you, man? I used to go out with you, and you get 3 girls' numbers, and it's like you just stay in your house now, right? You just stay in your house. And I'm like, yeah, man, I'm like everybody else. Yeah, vertical stream. The thing about vertical stream is sometimes new people come in, but most of the time they come in, they're trolling, right? Like, they're like, hey, are you gay or something? I'm cool with that. Like, shout out to the gays. But he said one time, he says, there was the prettiest girl in the gym, and I leaned over to talk about her. They're fucking shit. Dude, I don't feel like, so, and he's like, he told me, like, what are you doing, man? That girl's not going to give you her phone number. I'm like, a week later, she came over in an overcoat with lingerie underneath. Okay? I'm not like these guys, but I have. Look at this fucking face, man. Look at this fucking face. I'm not EQ. Oh shit, that guy's ugly. I'll be honest. And no, here my friend says, "What the hell are you doing making YouTube videos?" And I showed him some of the fragrance people, and he's like, "What the hell? That guy's a loser." And I'm not talking about you, Buzz. Like, they're like all wannabes, narcissists, but in real life, nobody gives them attention, But I leaned over to talk to this girl in the gym, and, he's like, you're not going to get that girl. And then, yeah. He's like, yeah, that's another one. I don't even want to mention that guy. The thing is, so my friend says he knows somebody from the FBI. He's like, fuck, just ignore this guy. It's like, just ignore this guy. What's up, Bacon Boy? Just ignore this guy. I said, he's like, they got like these type of people like into colognes. He says, it doesn't even make sense. It doesn't make sense. Make it make sense. It's weird. Dude, it's so weird that these guys are into cologne. You think they were like in the gun, the gun community or something? Never say gun, weapons. Hey, Bacon Boy, welcome. So, this is Pastor's Pharmacy, Calabria, and it was a collaboration with a bunch of wet shavers on YouTube, and it smells like Parfums de Marly. What's that famous one that everybody was like talking about a long time ago? Layton. It smells like Layton, and it's a pretty good, accurate smell of Layton, to be honest with you. Yeah, it smells like Layton. The aftershave smells like Layton. Like, Layton's a little heavy for Miami, But, dude, I'll be honest, like, Layton does get compliments. But, like, I don't freaking care about that stuff. It's like, don't shave the nose. Maybe I should shave the nose. Yeah, so Leighton does get compliments. See, here's the thing about Kevin. Dude, I'm all over the place. I'm glad you're not here, Whiskey Reaper. But Kevin only likes the streams when he's on stream. Okay? He only likes the stream. And I've been saying a long time. He's making fun of me because, dude, come on, man. Stop messing with me. Dude, I have a lot of shirts. I got like 30 Hawaiian shirts. And I don't need to do it this many times. I could probably add water. But it's fun. It kind of feels good, to be honest with you. I'll be honest. And the more you agitate the face, I'm not making fun of you. I just was in Miami and I wore a shirt just like once. Yeah. Here's the thing. So many people in the fragrance community have been inside the Cuddles crib. One of them's Kevin. One of them's Rudy. One of them is Sad Chad. Remember when Gentleman's Journey came over? You know, I don't want to talk about him, but he was never a conservative. I could guarantee you that. I have this little blood thing here because, like, my hot side, like, you know, Joey made that name up like, about him. He's depressed. It's okay. I have nothing wrong with him being depressed. I just have had a problem with him saying, how come you're getting so many samples? You know, and like you're not gonna buy it. Like this, like you gotta look out for the sales reps. I'm like, I don't care about the sales reps. Well, they're there to make money. I'm like, well, I'm there to get free samples. Right? You know, Chad, I like Chad. I think he was one of the better guests on the DDLD stream. I think he's a pretty good guest. You know? The weird thing is, he's like, stay away from the drama. But he's attracted to the drama. Alright? When that whole story came about me, he was all into it. But I'm like, dude, I don't have to explain. It's like, it was before No Child Left Behind. These weren't children. It's like, that's it. I don't have to say anything more. And they both said I didn't touch him. So, you know, it's like so stupid at this point. But it's like that's the thing they got on me, you know, where they could, like 25 years ago. And that was, you know, I'll be honest, that was like the end of the fragrance community. You know, that was the end. Because everybody used to be tight. Everybody would join everybody's live streams. But the doxing, it's like, dude. But then, you know, I found out his information. And now Juan's talking about me. He better not talk about me, or I can tell you. He thinks he's clean. Oh my God. Oh shit. He was saying like, oh, Aram goes on Cuddle stream. I'm like, dude, don't even start. I could go full force against you, and it'll ruin your business. Trust me. Yeah. If you were a vegetable. Also, I've been the first random non-channel guy to become a consistent live guy. Dude, you're the, like, dude, I said it to Joey a long time ago. Look, I don't even need to go the other way. I said, Kevin's the best guest, you know? There's other people who try hard, but, like, you do everything effortlessly. You have the charisma. You know, it's like it's natural with you, you know? Not everybody has that charisma. You got up on that island and you put the banana in your pants. Dude. Come on. You know? Not everybody could do that. But my friend was like, what the hell are you doing? And he says, you shouldn't be talking about that Bosnian guy. What if he comes to your house? I'm like, he's not coming to my house, but I'm not really talking bad about him. You know, I'm trying to help him. But, you know, I like Boz. He's a good guy. But, like, he has to be realistic, you know? Like, my friends, like, I can't talk to the, what's up, 504? Picked up the phone and saw you were on stream. How's it going, man? 504 was, being him go way back. Yeah, back in the good old days. It was fun. Dude, we had some fun back then. I remember I sent you that Armoff clone of Milsim Imperial, and I smelled it, and I didn't like it. And it was like a giveaway we did, right? And yeah, you gave it away to somebody, and they really wanted it. Like, I know that other guy out in the UK was really hyping that fragrance, right? But the thing is, I wore it, and it kind of gave me a headache. It didn't sit well with me. Yeah, we gave it away. It didn't sit right with me. The way it smelled, just, I don't know. It didn't smell like Millicent Imperial. But, like, I gave it away. I said, it smells good. You know, like, I was struggling to say it smells good. But, you know who gave me that? EJ. EJ smelled it. EJ used to send me a lot of free colognes. And he sent me that one. He didn't like it. I smelled it. I didn't like it. But I've always said Armoff makes crap. But for whatever reason, they were like one of the first clone companies, and people think Armoff is good. And then I got, like, Christian sent me like every Afnan, and I was the first one to ever talk about Afnan, and it was the same thing. I didn't want to say I like it because I never said I like it. But I showed the Fragrantica reviews that other people liked it, you know? Oh, I should put on my other aftershave. I have the aftershave for this stuff. Hold on, I'm going to smell like Leighton. Hold on, where is it? Hold on 1 second. Oh, here. I'm going to smell like Leighton. But yeah. So Armoff and Afnan. You know who's done the best job with these clones is the aftershave companies. It's kind of weird, but they've done the best job. Calabria. It's a pretty accurate. It's pretty accurate smell of Leighton. If you want to drop some panties. Ah. Yeah, if you want to. I mean, that was the big thing back in 2019. Everybody was talking about Leighton. But you know what happened is Alexandria Fragrance came out with a Leighton clone that smelled better than Leighton. Royal Equestrian. And I said that, and people were like saying, no, it's not true. It is true. Royal Equestrian smells better than Leighton. Well then, if you're this is a Leighton aftershave, but you got to get it at Pasture Pharmacy. Pasture Pharmacy. Hit the like button. Yeah. What kind of drink is that? Oh, it's good. I gotta buy another 12-pack. This flavor is not the best. The best one is that strawberry rose. It's called Moment Meditation. It has what's that ingredient that makes me not chamomile. It's L-theanine. Look, has L-theanine. L-theanine really puts me in a good state of mind. What's up, Sticks? Yeah, L-theanine really puts me in a good state of mind. And this one tastes good. They all taste good, but the strawberry rose is the best. But like honestly, like Leighton is too much for me. Too sticky. Too much. Too dense. Right? You were the one who invented Cuddle Screw. Remember that? Yeah, it was. I mean, it was fun back then, but then it's like, dude, you have to understand everything's a team effort, right? And I think some people want to be the main guy on their channel because it's their channel, and I think a lot of people were intimidated by Kevin. It's a game. No, they weren't, and I'll be honest. They were intimidated by Kevin. It happened on another stream I watch. What's his name? CT Chaotic Truth. So there was another guy on there, and he was actually more interesting than Chaotic Truth. And so everybody left Chaotic Truth, and then they were trying to say Chaotic Truth did something wrong when he was teaching, and that he's like, shit, man. My wife's a lawyer. I'm gonna sue. He went crazy, and then everybody left the other guy, and they came back to Chaotic Truth. Dude, it's like nobody's that interesting. Nobody's that interesting by themselves. You know, even the Dead Silence stream, the Dead Silence streamer. You know what I'm talking about. He just sits there. The fake cigarette. Dead silence. Dead noise. But no teenager streams here. No. Yeah. It's a shame that I don't see George around here. Because George meant a lot to me at that time, you know. And, like, I've never seen George come here and say, hey, what's up? You know, that fake cigar. Oh boy. Sometimes it does not feel like real life. Yeah, it's a pipe dream. No, it was just, so everything was going fine at a certain point, but then it was just like stream wars, you know? And, you know, so Boz was on K's stream, right? And Boz was saying that he gets a lot of thumbs down. Dude, I get the most. I'm telling you, I get a ton of thumbs down. I always get more thumbs down than thumbs up, like 44%. You know, so they come here, they try to. To them, popularity is everything because they've been losers their whole life. You understand? They've been losers their whole life, and now it's like their time to shine and be a big shot. Right? So it's like it means something to be popular on people they're never gonna meet, you know. But I met like, yeah, you get thumbs down. That's a shame. It's like they don't want other people to realize. One time, they don't want people to realize, you know, that another stream might be more interesting, you know. And the gimmick is old. You know, the gimmick with the. I'm not even gonna mention it. It's a gimmick. It's old. You know, and people leave and then recruit more, you know. And you can't think differently. Like, I don't like how people say K has. I've never seen it. Low credibility. I've never seen that, you know. I've never seen that, so I can't like just agree, you know. It's like this is the fucking LSD trip, brother. Not super spicy, and like I never, dude. Like who I am on EDJ is who I am in real life. I don't go under different names or whatever, and I don't know. Like I don't like. One of my friends, not gonna say who, was like, "Oh, you need to like take Duncan's wrench away." And I'm like, "No, I'm not gonna take Duncan's wrench away." I said, "Dude, Duncan's a good guy. He's always been good to me. I never took his wrench away. I give it to Kay." I'm like, "I don't know Kay. I've known Duncan since 2019. Oh my God. We worked at Waffle House together. What's up, Marty? Hey, I used to work at Waffle House too, man." Cindy Top Shot. I didn't work at Waffle House. Dude, they don't even have Waffle Houses in Miami. Holy shit. Like, there's hate in the competition. That's what it is. You know? There's hate in the competition. I didn't say, see, I said Duncan is racist, take his wrench away. Dude, everybody's racist. I'm probably racist too. I mean, come on. Dude. Everybody on Instagram shares those videos with the smoke alarm going off. It's funny though. It's funny as hell. You know, with the black guy with the smoke alarm going off. Like, that shit's funny, man. Come on. Everybody, it's like it's a joke. Dude, it's like we told much worse jokes when we were kids. It's like, who cares? It's funny. You know, if people tell jokes about cheap Jews, I'm like, okay, it's funny. It's funny if it's funny. He loves chocolate woman. Yeah, but I mean, stereotypes are funny. Stereotypes are funny. It's just like 2020 changed everybody. Like, oh, you gotta be politically correct. You know? Come on, man. I wasn't born in 2020. Huh? People told jokes, but now it's like you know you have to cater. Oh, yeah, I'm not catering. Like, there's some people on that other stream. I said he's a ghetto tard. He is a ghetto tard. What do you want me to say? If you can't say ask, and you say axe, You're a ghetto tard. Come on, man. Shit. Donkey wants me to burn in an oven? What kind of a joke is that? Did he ever say that? Oh, Holocaust jokes aren't funny. No, that's off limits. A Holocaust, like, okay, Kevin said to me, 6,000, 6 million, you know, whatever. Like, I didn't really take it serious. Like, who really knows if it's 6 million? You know, I don't know, but like, I don't like, what's his name? Bugsy Boy. What's up, Bugsy Boy? You were reborn in 2020. Yeah, Holocaust jokes aren't funny, man. Because people, like, in my family tree, were part of that. Yeah, it's not funny, you know, it's just... You know, when that guy Nick Fuentes said he was a cool dude, like, that was like, oh, dude, I don't like this guy. You know? Oh, Stalin was cool. Like, what? It's like, the thing is, I taught history. Like, some jokes are off. Some things just happened because people don't understand the past. It's like Jasmine Crockett said, "We're done picking cotton." You know, like, that was kind of racist. Like, you know, you couldn't pay us enough to pick some cotton. That was racist. You know, it's like, well, oh, the Hispanics could pick cotton, but there's no cotton to pick. It's all AI now, you know. But her argument was like, let everybody in, and here's the thing. Here's this idea that everybody's going to get along. You know, like all cultures are going to get along. It doesn't work like that in reality. It sounds good to say it, you know, and maybe call the other person racist. But there's a truth that, you know, all cultures don't get along. We're not compatible. It's a truth, man. Come on, you know. And also, if you're not pro-American, it bothers me, you know. Especially if you're from a third world shithole, you know. And then you come, dude, and you come here and you're like complaining. It is kind of disgusting. I like when people come here like, I'm so happy to be in America. I'm proud to be an American. It's like, welcome. They speak the language. That's what's called e pluribus unum. I did a live stream on that. E pluribus unum. You know, you have to go into the melting pot, not just, you know, just even in the early 20th century, people came here. They took pride in being American. They kept their culture, you know, the Italians and the Jews, but they went into that melting pot. You know, they learned English. They made America a better country. And anybody from anywhere, they come in here for the benefit of America, they're welcome, man. You know, they're not going to always trash America. You know, say America's a racist country and all that. It's like trashing America. It's like, go back to your third world shithole, like Trump said. No melting pot jokes. That's funny. No melting pot jokes. One big melting pot. All right, man. That was funny a little. You know, it's like kidding. No, I know, dude. I don't. It's like I don't get offended too easily. You know, some people get offended. I don't get offended. Yeah. No, it was a horrible time. But you know, they let me go out here for a little while. They talk about like the 1800s or the 1700s. It's like it was a different time, man. We didn't have cars. We didn't have air conditioning. And people needed to work. No, I brought this girl to the CCC museum, which is the civilian CCC. What happened is FDR started a program where, it's hot in here. FDR started a program where, because of the Great Depression, nobody had money, nobody had a job. So he took these guys, I forgot. But like they built up the parks, Civilian Conservation Corps, I think that was the name of it. But they built up the parks. They took a pickaxe and chopped up limestone. And if you ever go to some of these parks, you'll see like the tables made of limestone and the benches are made of limestone. That's what. No, it's hot. I have it like 76 degrees. Yeah, I'm a cheap bastard. I gotta make it a little cooler so it gets cooler in the bathroom. Whew. But like these guys, they got paid very little, right? All the money was pretty much sent back to their wife, back home. And they were like wearing no shirts and they were sweating and they worked 12-hour days. They stood in line like a couple times a day to get their food. And then they were just like with a pickaxe all day. So we're living in a developed country, so people can't understand about when it wasn't developed. When there was nothing, you needed some people to do more. It was like that, man. We're living in a different world, and people. And here's another thing. I'll say this off camera, because I've watched a lot of documentaries on this. Is a lot of the slaves said the slave owners treated them really well, and then when they abolished slavery, they continue to work for the slave. I don't know, slave master, whatever you want to call them. It's true, all right? Because they treated them well. It wasn't like they were beating them. Most of there was only like 1% of people were slave owners, so it was very little. But Frederick Douglass, who am I thinking of? Booker T. Washington was, there's a lot of, because I taught history, right? Booker T. Washington was a great man, and he valued education. And there was a book I read by Booker T. Washington, and he said, like, the slave owners treated the slaves very well, and it was like a family, But in today's society, everything's lost and everything's twisted. But like they call Jim Crow, a lot of people, all it was separate but equal. And then, they say some of the water fountains were better than the other water fountains or whatever. It was just separate but equal. That was what it was actually called. It wasn't called Jim Crow, the Jim Crow South. It was separate but equal. But everything is worse for political reasons. It's just to make everything seem so horrible back then. And the truth is, the Democrats were the party of slavery, And then they say there's like some switch. There's no switch. There was never a switch. It was just it wasn't that. I don't think anybody ever looked down on anybody, but they needed to get things done, Is there a ghost talking? What's up, Bilbo? It wasn't like anybody was looking down on anybody, but they needed to get shit done, man. They needed crops. They needed food. They needed money. It's the way it is. People had to work. there wasn't any welfare. You know what I mean? History, I'm taking a Sharpie. No, but it's true. There wasn't any welfare. Now people collect welfare. It's like you don't have to work. You could just collect welfare. But there used to be a time when you couldn't collect welfare. You know? So it was a different time. You couldn't get a government handout. And it was a lot tougher, man. You ever see when they built the skyscrapers? You ever see when they built the Golden Gate Bridge? Watch some videos on when they built the Golden Gate Bridge. A lot of people died. A lot of people died trying to build the Golden Gate Bridge. I'm starting to talk weird. All right, let me end it. All this is the story he told his girlfriend in the car before sending her home. All right, man, it was fun. It was real. It was a real fun. I don't think anyone would ever wear a Von Dutch hat in history. Shout out to Paris. Oh, boy. I watch Kurt Katz. But there's, you know, he shows the reality. And some people don't like the reality. You know? Not all cultures are compatible with Western countries, you know? Personally, I liked it before the European Union, when Belgium was Belgium, France was France. And let me tell you, back then, if you were like British and you came to the UK, you came to Belgium, they would treat you like second-class citizens. If you were Dutch and you went to a certain part of Belgium where they spoke French, they treated you like second-class citizens. They won't even talk to you. It's the way it was, man. I mean, like, they didn't allow Turks, you know, in the clubs. But that's the way it was. And you know what? It worked out that way. Everybody kept their culture. And if I was in 1980 right now in Europe, you'd be like, oh my God, that's racist, you know? But that's the way it was. Everybody maintained their culture. They didn't really accept outsiders. They would give you a strange look if you were from their country. You know what? And it kind of was shocking, but the older people, they were the wiser people. They knew. And that's the bottom line. Make sure you give this video a like. Take care, man. Enjoy spending the night with you. Take care.